Hey everyone, and welcome back to another chapter of From Ashes to a New Beginning, written by yours truly, Stacey Holt. As you can see, I'm now back from vacation and ready to go. As always, the artwork was beautifully done by my good friend, Pastelkittygoreart, otherwise known as Maddie Kitty 1997. You can find her links below. Her artwork is amazing. You really should go give her stuff a look if you haven't. For my voice actors, who take time out of their day to help, are also listed below as well. If you are finding this series enjoyable, why not give it a like, subscribe, and comment? Now for my voice actors who are participating within this chapter, Darkstorm009 will be voicing Adrien and Cat Noir, Mackenzie Zollner will be voicing Rose, Maddie will be voicing Kagami, TitaniumKitten will be voicing Plague and Luka, Tria May will be voicing Julika, Olbrazikio will be voicing Gabriel and Hawkmoth, Catherine will be voicing Natalie and Mayura, and I will be voicing Marinette, Ladybug, and the narrator. Well, you all like me doing those fun one words in my intros. So I made a poll, and I'll probably start doing them just because it makes my intros a little interesting, and it includes you guys. So, yeah, this is that one word that you guys wanted me to say. Sheesh was the first one. I actually really like doing that one, considering I do it a lot. This one, I don't really do. So, here you go. Yeet! Whatever. I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm just imagine me throwing something when I did that. Alright, there you go. There you go. Have a wonderful day with me throwing something. Imagine whoever you don't like in the Miraculous fanfiction getting yeeted off of something. But I have a feeling you guys are going to really like this chapter, and I'm going to go ahead and apologize in advance. So sorry. But I have a feeling you're going to really like it. But I will see you guys in the next one. If you're in the premiere, hi. Thank you for coming. If you didn't make the premiere, hi anyways. And I'll see you in the next chapter. Now, chapter 33, The Cat's Out of the Bag. Adrien looked back to Marinette, and they nodded at one another. Adrien was about to tell everyone that they should get to safety, since more than likely Kagami would be looking for either him or Marinette, since Marinette was in her way, or Adrien was the boy she wanted. Who she would go after, they had no clue. All of a sudden, the roof above them was demolished. Screams and dirt flying around the air as they closed their eyes so the particles from the ceiling wouldn't get in their eyes. As Adrien opened his eyes, he was surrounded by debris, as well as dust cascading around him, and saw Riposte grab Marinette against her will. He saw Riposte and Marinette jump through a window past Luka and run down the street. Adrenaline and fear kicked in as he saw his girlfriend, his love, his princess being the target of danger. He glared and started to run after them when Luka took hold of his arm to stop him from leaving.
Hands off!
Adrien yelled.
It's too dangerous, Adrien. I get that you want to protect Marinette, but you can't do anything.
Luka sighed.
Can't do anything? I have to do something. I have to at least try. Leave me be. I have to save her.
Just wait till Cat Noir and Ladybug show up. They will save her. Stay here with us.
Luka pleaded.
Luka, let go of me.
Adrien said, trying to break away from his grip.
You'll just get in their way. She'll be alright. Trust the superheroes.
Luka said, tightening his grip. Adrien sighed and pulled away with all the force he could muster, knowing Luka was more than capable of keeping him there if he really wanted to. Though he ripped away from Luka and darted down the hallway and down the street into the nearest alley, the opposite direction of where Riposte and Marinette were heading. Luka turned to Julika and Rose, seeing they were scared, hugging one another tightly.
Stay here. I have to make sure he doesn't hurt himself.
Luka smiled.
Please be careful,
Rose said. Luka nodded and rushed off toward where Adrien was running, but saw him run the opposite direction of Riposte and Marinette. He thought it odd, and cautiously followed him when he saw him run into an alley. He peeked around the corner and saw a bright green light flash. Adrien? Was Cat Noir? How can that be? Didn't Cat Noir love Ladybug? Luka stumbled backwards and put his hand over his mouth in disbelief, processing what he had seen. Cat Noir jumped upwards through the alley and looked around Paris, the fear and adrenaline coursing through his veins. He desperately searched until he saw Repose running and jumping up a tall building and started making his way there. As he ran there, he would take out his staff occasionally and try and call Ladybug, but it would always go to voicemail each time.
Come on, LB. Where are you? I need you.
He said, feeling like the world was crashing down on him.
Please be okay, Marinette. Please be okay.
He repeated over and over. As he hoisted himself up the building that he saw Repose go on the roof of, he was frozen in shock. His eyes widened, and he felt like he couldn't move.
Hawk. Moth.
Cat Noir said softly, almost like he couldn't believe he was standing right in front of him.
Yes, Cat Noir. We're still here if you couldn't tell. We were losing motivation, but these past few weeks, we've gained a lot of new information.
Hawkmoth said, smiling. Cat looked over at Hawkmoth as he stood beside Repose. She had her blade pressed against Marinette's throat and Mayura next to Hawkmoth.
You're outnumbered.
Mayura smiled. Cat watched as his whole world came crashing down all over again. Ladybug was nowhere in sight. He had no idea if she was going to show up or when she was. Marinette was in serious trouble. He was in serious trouble. He was cornered. What should he do?
We know that she is special to you. We know that the two of you dated. If you don't want her to meet her end, I would hand over your Miraculous, Cat Noir.
Hawkmoth smiled devilishly. Cat pulled out his staff again and tried to call Ladybug, but again it went to voicemail. His ears drooped as his mind went blank. Marinette's eyes started to fill with tears. She looked down at her purse that opened slightly and nodded to it. Tikki shook her head worriedly.
Looks like your love bug isn't here to help his partner. How sad.
Hawkmoth laughed.
Such a shame. We can at least take the cat Miraculous.
Mayura suggested. Don't do it, Cat Noir! Marinette yelled out, seeing Cat Noir was backed into a corner.
I'm sorry, Princess. Can't let them hurt you.
Cat Noir said, feeling defeated. Cat! No! Stop! This is Paris you're giving up. Think about Ladybug. Think about the people in the city. Marinette tried to plead.
What about you? You're the only one I care about.
Cat screamed back. Cat. Marinette sighed, knowing that he meant every word.
Bring me the Miraculous, or it's over for her.
Hawkmoth said, raising his hand for him to place it within his hand. Marinette looked up at Repose, who still had her sword pressed to her neck, and then looked down at her purse. Tikki was still peeking up at her, telling her not to, but she had no other choice. Marinette took a deep breath and looked back up at Cat Noir. She could see how terrified he was. He looked like he was about to cry. She needed to do something. She couldn't sit and do nothing. Cat watched as Marinette's worried face turned into determination as she started to stand up. Repose glared at her and pressed it closer to her neck, signaling for her to sit back down, but she continued to stand.
Marinette, stop! Sit down! You're going to get hurt!
Cat said worriedly, watching as she shook her head at his plea. Marinette sighed and took another deep breath, then gave him a soft smile. I love you, Marinette said softly, just enough for Cat to make out what she had said. Cat looked at her confused. He didn't understand what she was doing. He knew she loved him, but why say it right now unless she assumed things were going to go south? Were things going to go south?
It'll be alright, Marinette, I promise!
He called back, trying to reassure her. I know, Marinette said with another warm smile. Tikki? Spot's on, Marinette said. A bright light enveloped her body, leaving behind a red and black suit that laid upon her skin. Kat's eyes widened as the light from her transformation faded. The girl that once stood in front of him, Marinette, his girlfriend, the love of his life, was now Ladybug. The suspicions of her being Ladybug were true. How did he see Marinette and Ladybug together then? He would have to ask her later. Right now, Marinette was his lady.
My lady?
He said wide-eyed. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, you can go check out some of my other videos, like Thunderstorms, which is Season 1, Downpour, which is Season 2 of Thunderstorms, The Butterfly That Brought Us Together, and so on. But for now, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys!